My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. What I have here, unfortunately, is the Nemo Tensor insulated sleeping pad. I purchased this some time back. I tested it out, I used it, great product. Recently, it had a product failure. It began to leak. I was down at the coast of North Carolina doing a backpacking trip. This product failed me. Basically, all night long, it was going flat. It had a leak somewhere, right? The thing is about this pad, I've always babied it. When it comes to my gear, I baby it as much as possible because it is an investment. This here costs $200 plus. This is a very expensive sleeping pad. With this product failure, I figured this would be a great way to start a new series here on the channel where we basically put companies' warranties to the test, and we'll start with Nemo. Now, I'm not going to fake any sort of issues or waste any company's time. I will only do this series when I have an issue, when there's a time for a repair or a replacement. That's when I will film one of these episodes. Ultimately, folks, the cause of the leak is less important than how the company handles this matter. The point of this is to basically talk to Nemo, see what their warranty repair process is like, and to see if it's up to snuff. I have been speaking to Nemo for the last couple of weeks, and here are my findings. I will be going over all of the exchanges between the company and myself. So let's start at the very beginning and talk about the issues that I had with the pad. So I was down at the coast of North Carolina. I set this pad up. That night, went to bed. As soon as I got on the pad, I thought it was a little bit soft, so I re-inflated it. And I figured maybe I didn't inflate it as much as I thought, whatever. So 20 minutes later, I noticed, hey, my butt is actually touching the ground. It would leak, I would have to re-inflate it, it would leak, re-inflate all night long. Basically, every 20 minutes, I would wake up going down. When I was in a deep sleep, I would sleep for maybe 40 minutes. Then I would wake up and the pad was completely flat and I'd be laying on the ground. After that trip was done, I came home, I contacted Nemo. I went to the Nemo website, I went to the page where I could request a repair, and that's what I did. I began the process. I filled out the form that required all the typical details: name, email, phone, location, product information, and so on. Additionally, the form requires a photo of the product, the damage, and the proof of purchase. So the proof of purchase was easy for this product, but showing the area where it's leaking at is not. I have been extremely busy, folks. I was down at the coast filming adventures for a week, then I was out of town for a week, and everything else in my life plus work. So I've been super busy. I haven't had time to figure out where this is leaking at. That's one of the reasons why I contacted Nemo. I want this repaired or I want a replacement, right? If it's my fault, I'll pay for it. If it's not my fault, give me another one. Or repair this one. It doesn't really matter to me. I submitted this repair form on Sunday. Shortly after, I received a confirmation from Nemo, an automated response saying that I would get a response in 24 hours. Monday goes by, no reply. Tuesday morning comes around and I get an email from Nemo, and they state that this is the busiest time of year and that their response time is going to be about 3 days instead of 24 hours. That's not unreasonable when you consider all of the issues that companies are facing. That's pretty much all that email said. It said that, hey, we'll be in touch, but it's going to take a while. So, okay. A few hours pass, I get another email, and this is from an actual person at Nemo. In this email, the representative states something very interesting. They state that they are experiencing a high rate of return and alluded to issues with their inventory, and that they wanted to get this matter solved as fast as possible. A high rate of return is very concerning to me, and I'm sure it is to you. It would be to anyone. Why is there a high rate of return? Why are their products having issues? Are they talking about this pad or all of their products? Some of their products, I have no idea. I am confused why they would state this. I love the honesty, but it doesn't inspire confidence. I respond to this email, I provide the ID number. Nemo writes back the same day, which is fantastic. It didn't take 3 days. Anyway, they provided me with a solution to my problem here. And that solution was to destroy the sleeping pad, send a picture of the valve cut out of the pad, and then by the end of April, they will send me a replacement because they don't have any of these in stock right now. I find that to be absolutely shocking. Cut the pad up, destroy it, throw it in the garbage, and wait. From a company that claims to be focused on the environment, they want to be sustainable. My mind is blown. This pad has a leak. There's an issue here. It can be repaired. This should not be cut up and destroyed. So at this point, I write them back and I ask them, why would you not simply repair this one? Which is, from an environmental standpoint, the right thing to do, right? I also asked them 2 follow-up questions to what they alluded to before in regards to like the high rate of return and also the inventory issues. Still on the same day, Tuesday, they wrote back again and they stated this: we are repairing gear, but for pads with unidentifiable leaks, we are replacing that gear. It is a quicker turnaround time for our warranty team to do advanced replacements. They went on to say this, quote, However, feel free to send this in. My question is this: what do you mean by unidentifiable leaks? We're talking about a sleeping pad. You can always identify the leak point with a pad. It's the simplest thing in the entire world. Yes, it's time consuming, but we're talking about a bag full of air. The email went on to be very much automated, and the instructions didn't really apply to this product here. It was just very generic, and it spoke about how to package the gear. It stated where to mark the gear, where it was damaged at for inspection, and so on. They also stated how the process works, and to summarize, they will receive the product, analyze the issue, they will respond with further instructions or with a solution, and it can take up to 9 days from the time they receive it to get the product back. To me, this option, the second option, which I had to ask about, makes a whole lot more sense, right? So I could either destroy the pad and wait an entire month to get a replacement, or I could send this in and have them repair it, and it only takes 9 days from the time they receive it. That was the last communication that we had on Tuesday. I was busy Wednesday. I wrote them back Thursday morning asking for clarification. So they sent me those instructions, which were very generic, didn't really apply to this product. So I wasn't sure what they wanted, right? I know that I need to send this in, but what do I need to send? The storage bag, the inflation bag, the strap, what do they want? When it comes to a repair or a replacement, oftentimes, companies don't want all of the components. They only want the component that's damaged, that there's an issue with. And if you send in those additional components, you may not get them back. So I had to write them back, ask them what did they want. So that was Thursday morning. I received no response on Thursday. I received no response on Friday. Monday came around, no response. I sent them another email, again asking for clarification. I received a response by the end of the day. They said this: please send the storage sack as well. That takes us to right now, folks. Let's just talk about my impressions here. Let's go over some important points. What Nemo has said to me through email and what the company states on their website are two different things. I write in because this product is leaking. It needs a repair. Maybe it's not an easy fix. That's one thing. But the thing is, they don't know what the issue is. It's unidentified because no one's looked. I haven't had time, and they haven't checked yet. Jumping to the step of destroying this makes no sense. Destroying this and throwing this in the garbage. I'm sure there is something on this that can be recycled, and I'm sure that's important to Nemo, especially when you take a look at their website and you read over all that they post about being sustainable, being friendly to the environment, and so on. The company states a ton of information about this, but yet what they stated to me does not match up. How does destroying the pad and throwing it in the garbage go hand in hand with Nemo's sustainability pillars that they talk about on their website? Let me read you all some of this, okay? This comes directly from their website. We create products in ways that use fewer resources and produce less waste. We seek to reduce our environmental impact and create long-lasting, easily repairable items. What I'm being told does not go hand in hand with that. They go on to state this: the impact to humanity and all of life on Earth will be devastating if we don't take bold action. Cutting this up and throwing it in the garbage is not bold action. Let me ask the viewers, comment down below, is that bold action by Nemo? In my perspective, this is a great example of how the world truly works, right? Talk is cheap. You have companies saying anything they could say to make a sale, but in the end, it's all fluff. Anyways, everyone, going to the next point. When it comes to the interactions that I've had with Nemo, it was very strange. There was a series of contradictions, very vague information. Oftentimes, what was stated to me was more of like a cut and paste sort of thing. It didn't really apply to the matter at hand, or even to the questions that I asked. Speaking of which, there were numerous times where I would ask a question, get no response to that question. The representative from Nemo would have time to type out their pronouns, right? But they didn't have time to answer my questions. They would answer one question, that was it, the email was sent. So far in this episode, it has been primarily negative, but there are a few positives. First off, Nemo does honor their warranty. Ultimately, I would get a replacement, so that's good. Next, Nemo did respond to every single one of my emails. Not every single one of my questions, but I did get a response for every email that I sent. It may have taken time, but that's understandable. And that takes us over to how I feel about this. Ultimately, I am disappointed. When I ask a question, I want a response that correlates directly with that question, not a generic answer that doesn't apply. And unfortunately, that's what I got a lot of. Looking at it from an environmental standpoint, I'm also disappointed. Basically, what Nemo says and what Nemo does doesn't seem to go hand in hand. I don't want to be too hard on the company here, but I am frustrated, and I'm sure anyone would be. My intentions for this video were to share my experiences. I had an issue with this product, I approached the company, and that's what took place. It's that simple. Before you leave, my friends, make sure to hit the thumbs up because it does help the channel. You can support The Outdoor Gear Review on Patreon or on YouTube. it is appreciated. Again, the channel is agenda-free. My job here is not to influence anyone. I'm here to share information, and that's it. In this case, I had an issue with this pad. I contacted the company, and that's what happened. Take care, my friends. Be well. Strength and honor. Talk to you again soon. Bye.